Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my September beauty favorites, and I feel like a lot of the products this month were like reoccurring favorites or rediscovered products, and the day that I'm going to post this is going to be on Labor Day, so I hope that you guys are having an awesome Labor Day today. I'm actually going to be off work on Labor Day, so I'll probably be filming and or just getting things ready for my new job, because I'll start my new job the day after Labor Day. So let's just go ahead and jump in. So the first thing that I want to talk about, I feel like I have been raving about here on my channel, but if you guys have not picked this up, you seriously need to. If you're in the market for a new foundation that is a full coverage, like long wearing foundation, this Believe Beauty foundation, it is just amazing. I cannot stop singing its praises. I just love the two shades that I have. I kind of mix these two right now in linen and in soft beige. They're both good beige undertone foundations. I love that they come in a glass bottle, have a nice pump, and I just love how affordable they are for the quality of the foundation. Like, this foundation is just as good, if not better, than my Revlon Color Stay. And you guys know that is really saying a lot, because the Revlon Color Stay has been a holy grail favorite for years. But I just really love the way that this looks on the skin. Even though it is a full coverage foundation, I don't find that it looks heavy or cakey. It doesn't look powdery on the skin. You can get Believe Beauty makeup products at Dollar General. That's the only place where it is sold. You guys know these are like holy grail products. I haven't found anything else that I like better. So the First Day Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer, this is just my daily moisturizer. In the evening, I use the Ultra Repair Cream, which is a little bit more moisturizing than this. And then for my sunscreen, this Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence in SPF 50+. I actually need to get on Amazon and order some more of these, because this is my last bottle. And I swear I go through this stuff fairly quick, just because I use it every single day regardless if I'm going to be outside or not. So yeah, it's just like the best sunscreen to use underneath foundation. Like, it doesn't feel heavy or sticky. It absorbs into the skin, so I just love it. And then I'm trying to think of my evening skincare routine. So most of the times I just use that First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. And then I use my Grande Lash MD Serum. And then sometimes I'll use like an under eye cream. And usually for my under eye cream, I use the Lancome Advanced Genifique. And every once in a while, I haven't really been using it lately, but I like to use the Lancome Advanced Genifique like serum. So yeah, that's kind of like my nighttime skincare routine and my nighttime skincare favorites. For setting powders, still been loving these two products. This has been a holy grail product for years, just like the Revlon Color Stay. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable. Highly recommend this for a face setting powder. It doesn't look powdery, and it just makes your foundations look flawless. I just absolutely love that. I hope they never stop making this, because it's just such a holy grail favorite. And then the Becca, this is the under eye brightening setting powder. This has become a holy grail favorite as well. This has taken the place of my e.l.f. under eye setting powder. While the e.l.f. powder is okay, it's just that I like the way that my under eyes look better with this powder. And while I know that this is a lot more expensive than the e.l.f. powder, like, I just always like the way my under eyes look. Sometimes with the e.l.f., like, I would just feel like my under eyes looked dry or wrinkly, and it was just time for me to move on from that product. I feel like my under eyes are starting to get a little bit more, like, my skin's starting to get a little bit more mature under there. I mean, I am 35, so yeah, if you have had issues with under eye concealers like creasing, or if you've been using an under eye setting powder that hasn't been looking its best, I highly recommend this stuff, because it is amazing. And then these are kind of two other reoccurring favorites. The Believe Beauty Pretty and Primed Hydrating Primer. This has still been my very favorite primer, and I love pairing this with the foundation, because I find that it makes that foundation look a little bit more luminous, a little bit more hydrating. So yeah, I just love that. It's not irritating, it doesn't have a scent, and even though it's moisturizing, like, it seeps into the skin, it helps your foundation to go on smooth, so highly recommend that. And then for my concealer, the Revlon Photo Ready Candid. This is another holy grail under eye concealer. Like this, I feel like if all of my concealers vanished, I could just live with this concealer. I just love it. I know it's not as full coverage as like the Tarte Shape Tape or something like that, but sometimes a super full coverage under eye concealer can be almost a little too much for my under eye, where I find that the coverage on this, which is like a true medium coverage concealer, works awesome. It does not crease. It like brightens my under eyes up really nicely. I love the packaging on this. I don't know. I just love it so much. So highly recommend that concealer if you have yet to try it. It's not drying on the under eyes and it's hydrating, but like I said, at the same time, it doesn't settle into fine lines or wrinkles or anything like that. I'm going to get a drink of water because I feel like I'm already like getting dry mouth. Some new products that I don't think I have mentioned yet on my channel that I have been loving. These Believe Beauty. These are their Glimmer Pots Gel to Powder eyeshadows. I have the color in Gold Flake and in Vintage, and I picked up Vintage this month. Gold Flake is just a really pretty golden champagne color, and I love to wear these. There's Gold Flake. I love to wear these on their own, and then I also like to use them as bases for like eyeshadow pigments. And then I'll show you what Vintage looks like. It's like a warm, kind of like copper color, which I think that's going to be so gorgeous for fall. So I love that. There's another one that I want to go back and get that's like a taupey color. I can't remember what that one's called, but I highly recommend these. I think they're so good. And then for the loose pigments that I've been loving to use in conjunction with those, this ColourPop pigment in Elsin, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Elysine, and it's the same kind of coppery color as that Believe Beauty Cream to Powder shadow. I'll just put it on top of the Believe Beauty shadow, but it just really intensifies it and makes it look absolutely stunning. I know sometimes with like loose pigments it's good to use a base with them just to help them to stick a little better. So that's that pigment by itself, and this is the pigment with that Believe Beauty cream shadow, and I think it's just gorgeous. I want to do a look soon. Well, it probably won't be super soon, but in the next like probably month or so on those two products together. I have so many videos, so many fall makeup tutorials planned for you guys. It's insane. And then I think I have mentioned this before in a favorites video. This is the ColourPop Loose Pigment in Red Zone, which is a really beautiful champagne. And I use this in my birthday get ready with me, but I'll just put it over top of that other color. But see, it just looks so pretty over top of that. And then I'll show you what it looks like by itself so you can see. It's just such a beautiful champagne sparkly color. So I've been loving all of those. And then kind of along the same lines as that stuff, like I've really been into like single like shadows and single eyeshadow base type of things. Like I picked up the new Maybelline Color Tattoos in Frontrunner and High Roller, which Frontrunner is basically the same color as Barely Branded that they used to have in their collection, and then this one in High Roller is basically the same color as Bad to the Bronze. So if you still have those two colors, you probably don't really need to pick up these Maybelline Color Tattoos, the new ones, quite yet until, you know, your other ones run out or, you know, get old. But I've been loving these two, and I like to use these also for like bases by themselves or used in conjunction with those eyeshadow pigments. I just think that they are so pretty, and I do find that these are slightly a little bit more pigmented than the other color tattoos. I'm curious to see if over time these, you know, don't dry out as much as their older formula, because that was like the one downfall of their old color tattoos, that they would dry out really quick. But that is High Roller and forget what the other one was called, Frontrunner. So that's what those two look like. And I've also been enjoying pairing this L'Oreal Infallible Pigment. This is one of their magic pigments. You can get it at Ulta in the color Retro, I think. Yeah, Retro. I've been loving pairing this with the Maybelline Color Tattoo. It's probably not really going to look like much of anything when I put it over top of it, but when you use a brush and really pack on this pigment, it has a lot of little micro shimmers in it, and it just makes that color tattoo look absolutely stunning. So I just have been loving that as well. And then also the Wet n Wild Single Shadow in Nutty paired with that color tattoo. I mean, you guys know that I would always pair that with the Bad to the Bronze. I just love that combo for just like a quick out the door look. So been loving all of those single eyeshadow products. I mean, I haven't really been using too many eyeshadow palettes recently. Like, I think today is like the first day that I actually like used a palette and didn't use like single shadow like products. Today I did a look with one of the new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. This is from like their Halloween or Fantasy Makers collection, and this is in Coffin Break. So I think I'm going to get so much use out of this palette this fall. I just think this is so pretty. I really like that one. That's probably my favorite one out of the three that they came out with, but I have yet to use the other two, so I guess it's kind of hard to say, but I just love colors like this for fall time. It's just so pretty. Some eyeshadow palettes that I had been enjoying over the month are the ColourPop, like these monochromatic eyeshadow palettes. I did a look with Orangey Glad and the Blue Moon this past month. I will say I don't feel like you guys were really into those tutorials. I mean, those of you that did watch it were really into those, but I felt like those videos didn't get really like the amount of views that my videos usually get. So I know in my video with this palette in Orangey Glad, I was telling you guys that I was going to start my series with these, but since you guys don't really seem to be enjoying the tutorials, I mean, I still want to eventually do some looks with Just My Luck, which is the green one, and It's My Pleasure, which is the purple one, but it may be a while before I do those tutorials just because I have so many fall makeup looks that I want to do for you guys, and since most of you aren't really into those so much, I think maybe I'll kind of put those on the back burner. But I do really enjoy these little palettes. I just think they're so fun, and the shadows have really great pigmentation. I love like their color selection on each one. So like I said, this is Orangey Glad, and I showed you guys Blue Moon I think in last month's favorites, but I was actually surprised at how much I really liked this palette. I know that blues and even like orange eyeshadows can be pretty intimidating, but I really liked the looks that I came up with both of those eyeshadow palettes, and I just think they're so cute, and I really like the price on them. Like, they're only $12 for each palette, so I think that's a great deal. Okay, moving along. So for mascaras, I kind of had two different favorite combos of the month. So if I wanted my lashes to look really full, I would use these two mascaras, the Maybelline Lash Sensational and the Flower Warrior Princess Mascara. Like, these two in combination with each other make the most full and voluminous lashes ever. So I just love this combo, like I said, when I want my lashes to look really voluminous. And then this combo here is what I like to use when I want my lashes to look really long, which is what I used on my lashes today. And this is the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula and the Believe Beauty Extended Lash Lengthening Mascara. So I just love this for a lengthening mascara combo. I think it makes my lashes look really long. And yeah, so that was kind of like my mascara favorites of the month. And then for liquid liners, I've still been loving my Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pens. And then kind of, I guess, like an honorable mention, goes to this NYX Slide On Glide On pencil in Glitzy Gold. I feel like I use this so much recently, like in different makeup tutorials. I used it today, but I think it's such a pretty eyeliner to use on your waterline to just add a pop of gold, and it does not transfer into like the inner corners. It stays put, and I just really like it. So that's probably like my favorite NYX Slide On Glide On pencil is that one in Glitzy Gold. For highlights, I discovered a new highlight this month from CoverGirl, and this is their True Blend Super Stunner Hyper Glow highlight in the shade Pearl Crush, which is their lightest highlight. And I feel like they could make one lighter than this because this is light, but I mean, I still feel like there could be one slightly lighter. It's just a really pretty champagne nude color. And you guys know how much I love just their regular Super Stunner palette. This one is slightly a little more intense than that other palette. So if you've been on the fence about these highlights, I do recommend. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. It doesn't, I mean, of course, a highlight is going to highlight an area. So if you have like texture or acne, it is going to highlight that. But I don't find that with this formula, it doesn't make it work. Like it doesn't accentuate it in a bad way. So yeah, I just love that. And then I finally picked up another one of my favorite Becca highlights in Vanilla Quartz at the VIB sale, which that tutorial, that video will be coming up later this week. I think I'm going to post it on Wednesday. So, but yeah, I had a little sample, or like the little one of this, and right before my trip to California in the spring, it like crumbled and went everywhere. So I know that that's one of the downfalls to Becca highlights, is they have a history of doing that. But I decided to go ahead and get the large Vanilla Quartz because this is seriously one of my very favorite like high-end highlights. This one and the Laura Mercier Baked Highlight 01, those are probably my two favorite high-end highlights. But it's just a really pretty gold. I like how it has that white undertone because it just works really good on fair skin, and it just looks so flawless. I just like how it perfects the skin, and I just think it's a beautiful gold. This Oprah Highlight and Pillow Talk, I dropped it the other day, so it kind of crumbled a little in the corner, which this is also a very soft highlight like the Becca ones. But this in Pillow Talk is the most beautiful, intense highlights for super fair skin. Like, it's just stunning. Like, you need the littlest amount of it on your brush, because if you go in heavy-handed, it'll just be way too much. But it's a really pretty highlight. Like, it gives you that really wet look. So, been loving that. And then for brows, I've still been loving my Benefit GimMe Brow and my Precisely My Brow. I like to use this in like little areas where I need to kind of just shape my brow maybe just a little bit, or fill it in just slightly. But most of the time I just use the brow gel, just because my eyebrows are microbladed, so I don't really need to fill them in that much. And then still been loving my Believe Beauty bronzer in Hawaiian Glow. I fell back in love this month with my e.l.f. contour palette after I did that video on like only 5 makeup products and I did it like a look under $30. I used this and I forgot how much I loved this palette, so I've been using it ever since that video, and I just think it's the most perfect contouring bronzing palette. I just love it. I love the contour bronzer, and I also like this highlight. I did take out the shade that was here and replaced it with a blush, but yeah, I just think it's such a great palette, and I use the mirror in this thing all the time. So, and then for blushes, I rediscovered this Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. I just think this is such a pretty fall blush. I'm wearing it today and it's just beautiful. I don't know, it's like, I guess during like the spring and summer, this isn't really like a color that I gravitate towards, but when it gets this time of the year, I start getting more drawn to like these terracotta type of blushes or like red sort of blushes. So that's what it looks like there swatched. So love that. It's just like a matte blush. And then I guess the last things to mention are lipsticks. And the two lipsticks that I kind of rediscovered, and I feel like once again it's because it's starting to move into fall, and I totally like changed the lipsticks that I wear from spring and summer to fall and winter. I just love a good dark lip in the fall and in the winter months. I don't know, it's just like my favorite, like my most favorite thing ever. And I just switch up my eyeshadow palettes that I use. This time of the year is just my favorite time for different makeup looks, and I just love these colors. It's like, I wish fall and winter would, not necessarily winter would last forever, but I wish that that makeup scheme would last longer, which, I mean, I know that you can wear whatever makeup you want whenever, but it's just more suited for this time of the year. But anyway, I rediscovered my Wet n Wild Make It Last lipstick in Mocha Licious. I think this has got to be like my holy grail fall winter lipstick. It's just the prettiest like mauve brown. It's almost like a maroon color, and it's dark, but it's not too dark. Sometimes with the really like dark burgundy lips, I do like that look, but sometimes it can almost be too dark for me, and this is just a good balance. And I like to pair that lipstick with the Rimmel lip liner in Epic. That's normally what I pair it with because it pairs, those two pair really well together. So if you're looking for a good lip liner to use with that, do recommend that. And then when I want just like a good mauve lip, I fell back in love with the L'Oreal Shine lipsticks, Colorie Shines. And this is in Varnished Rosewood. It's just like a good everyday mauve. And then I like to pair that lipstick with the Rimmel lip liner in Addiction, which is like the exact same tone. So those were my favorite lipsticks for the month of September. And I know those are going to be really big favorites for just all of the, like all of the fall months. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this favorites video. I was just wiping off my swatches. If you guys do enjoy my favorites, please give this video a thumbs up so I know to keep filming these. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe and make sure you click the bell so you will know as soon as I post a new video, so it will notify you. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say to you guys and I totally forgot. Oh, let me know down in the comments what your favorites were for this past month of September. And I'm so looking forward to, or I just said September, this past month of August. But I'm so looking forward to September and October and November. These are probably my favorite months of the year. I mean, I love the summer months too, probably from May until the end of the year. Those are like my months. We could kind of just skip out of like winter and some of the spring months. I'm not like the biggest fan of. But yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy this. I hope that you guys have a great day, a great month of September. Like I said, I have so many exciting videos planned for you guys. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next one, and I hope that you all have a great day. Bye-bye. Mwah.